All right, so I kind of want to explain why we chose to do 3/4 inch plywood for our walls instead of a traditional framed wall. With the tiny space, I didn't want to take up 3 to 4 inches for every wall. This way it saves as much space as we can. And also the 3/4 inch, by the time we're done framing everything, trimming it out and stuff, it'll be strong enough. So like we're thinking of doing like an angle iron for the inside or the outside corner, kind of give it a rustic look. And then by the time we trim it all out, so what I did is I just did metal brackets, and I'll tack these in place to get the walls where I want them level. I don't know if you can see the bracket from this side, Rana. So this is not in place yet, but it'll be fastened in a few spots all the way down the wall. And then once we add in shelving and other trim pieces, this will be nice and sturdy. We'll fasten to the bottom. Same with when we come into the bathroom here. The way we're doing our plumbing, we didn't need the thick wall to run plumbing in. We're going to be running copper pipe up kind of as a decorative accent to the bathroom, but then that'll just be all flush mounted to the wall. So again, that saves space. And the plywood is plenty strong. Like here for the bunk beds, I welded up metal angle iron frames, and we just bolted 3 bolts through, so these will have to be trimmed up somehow, but the metal frame again supports the wall, and then these 3 bolts aren't going to go anywhere with as much weight as you're going to put on this. So that, I figure, with every spot that we're tying to the ceiling, we're tying to beds, we're tying to like our toilet will be tied into here, that'll all stiffen up the walls, and then also saving space along the way. So we're not, like I said, not going 4 inches of wall, we're doing just 3/4 plus the trim. So that's one reason we chose to do the plywood. I also saved a little money. We're able to just paint the surfaces, and any surface we want, like in the bathroom, if we want a different surface, we can just add like a paneling or a wall board or that waterproof board to it. Just kind of glue it right to it if we need to. So we'll be trimming. We're going to figure out some piece of trim to go along this edge to seal this up. We kind of just cut them as close as we could, and we'll do some sort of trim to cover all that up. By the time you add some shelving up here, fasteners down here, you're only going to have 2 foot at the most that it wouldn't be supported somewhere. And I think the biggest spot where it's not going to be supported is from the toilet up to here. But then you have the bed frame mounted right here, so it's not going to work. If you've got, like I said, I think there's 26 inches or something between the beds, 27 inches. So here you got a steel angle iron bolted to the plywood. So that's holding, this piece of plywood is perfectly straight. It's been in the bus all humid. So we're fastened up top here, 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 and it'll be fastened down at the bottom yet, plus the bunk bed. So I mean, that's not going anywhere. And like I said, when we add in the toilet here, that's all going to be framed and connected to the 3/4 inch. And then this wall, we'll have a freezer, and we're going to have some braces in here. And then we're probably going to run an angle iron corner on this piece, and that'll stiffen all this up. So we really don't have to worry about any warpage if we're using this structurally. So we're kind of building it like a big cabinet. We're kind of custom building a cabinet. A cabinet, when you look at a good quality cabinet, is plywood. Then you just face it with something. Face it with like 3/4 inch oak or whatever you want to do. And that's kind of what we're going to do here. So it's not going to work. It'll all stay straight, and it'll be nice and sturdy. It's just kind of a custom built cabinet, you could call it. That's kind of the way it'll be built. All right, so those are the reasons we decided to go with the 3/4 inch plywood walls and keep it kind of as a cabinet style build. So if you guys have any other questions or suggestions, that'd be great. Have a good afternoon.